Oh, it was not good. It not only was I nauseated, I was dizzy. Like, I had a hard time walking straight. It was bad. Good morning, everybody. As I'm sure you can see, it's still a little low light. Not quite sunrise yet, but bright enough to record. So, in an effort to get caught back up on my video log, because I do not like being only, let's see, this video I think will cover next week. So, I like to try and be like a week and a half to 2 weeks ahead for my sanity, in case, life happens, because that's been happening frequently lately. So I figured I would jump on here and give you guys a look into my life at the moment. So yesterday was the first day that I was on the phones all day long. And honestly, it really wasn't that bad. It was semi-monthly time period, which means that it was quite a bit busier than usual. Our queues weren't that bad, but the other queues in other sectors were quite large. So they actually told us that we were only getting a half an hour lunch yesterday, which, as much as I wish I had my full hour so that way I could get like a 15-minute walk in there after I eat my food and be able to unwind, I can't complain right now because I need the hours. Come on, let's go. So they only allowed us to have a half an hour lunch yesterday. And then at about 4:30, they said end of day is at 6 today. So I was there until 6 o'clock last night. Mind you, I normally am there till 5. Now, could I have not stayed until 6? Of course, I could have simply said, hey, I have an obligation. I can't stay until 6. And that would have been fine. Like, we're not required to stay until 6. They would like us to stay until 6. Our sectors were all caught up. It was the sectors in the rest of the country that were several hours behind. So you might be asking, why are these other sectors so far behind? Well, twice a month we get an influx of appointments for payroll processing, specifically around the middle of the month and around the end to the beginning of the month. And it makes sense because there are companies that run semi-monthly and monthly payrolls. So naturally, twice a month, the queues would be larger. Come to find out, there were over 5,000 appointments yesterday across the country. So we were asked to jump in and assist the other sectors, which is fine. I can use the practice. Like, if you add up all the times that we've been on the phones since we moved into on-the-job training, this is week 2, and we've probably only been on the phones for 3 to 4 days if you add it all up. So I didn't mind. I needed the practice. So there's East, Central, and West. At one point, Central was 4 hours behind, and everyone on the east side managed to get them caught up within about an hour and a half, maybe less. Because they gave it to us around 3 o'clock, and around 4:30 to 4:45, almost 5 o'clock, I jumped over to West, and I started in Central around 3:30. So, it's really not that bad, but 4 hours is a lot. They don't like us being an hour behind, which makes sense. These are appointments. So, I was there from 8 a.m. until 6 o'clock yesterday with a half an hour lunch and 2 15-minute breaks. The plus side is they made us milkshakes yesterday. Milkshakes. And can I tell you, it might have been a tiny milkshake, like legit half the size of my coffee mug. Like one of those little drink cups. It was probably like an 8-ounce cup. No joke. Why do people have to fly through this neighborhood? Why are you doing 40 to 50 in my neighborhood? That guy was flying. The black car that just went by, he flew. Can you not pull me off the road, sir? Oh, I gotta turn your light off. Yes, Ghost is here too. I'll give you some time with him. Don't worry. Now, mind you, yes, I could have left at 5. I could have. My buddy came over. He goes, you don't have to stay. I was like, as much as I want to go home right now, my finances are telling me I need to stay. Because that extra hour, that's overtime. That's time and a half. So I kind of had no choice in the matter because I already did the budget for my next paycheck. And there really isn't much wiggle room with just the regular hours. So I looked at him and I was like, as much as I want to go home right now, financially, I need to stay. He was all right, not a problem. So I stayed, and, I was looking at my interactions, and I did 75 interactions yesterday, which to me doesn't seem like a lot. Leave it. I said leave it. That is poopy in the middle of the road. I hope I didn't step on that. Come on. I was more concerned about the paper towel. There is a person in this neighborhood that chooses to curb their dog, which means they let their dog poop on the pavement. You still gotta pick it up. I have almost stepped in that dog's feces several times, and it's somewhere in this area every single time. I'm pretty sure I know who it is, but it's just annoying, as I'm sure you guys can understand. So due to finances, I stayed, and I did about 75 reactions yesterday. Interactions, yeah, reactions. I said the same thing yesterday to my buddy. He goes, "You're starting a new channel?" I'm like, no. So 75 interactions. That means phone calls. That means emails, follow-ups, all of that. So, and the funny part is, come on, ghosters, is they say that it's usually about a 50-50 shot when it comes to phone calls. 50% of the time, you will get voicemails. 50% of the time, people will answer. Come on, buddy. You're getting distracted today. Like, all the distractions. It's fine. You're enjoying your walkies. That's all that matters, right? So, they like us to do 80 to 100 interactions a day. That's really not hard, especially if you think about most of the time you're going to get voicemails. So you're only going to be on the phone for like a minute and a half. But, of course, with my luck yesterday, I somehow managed to pick the clients that chose to answer the phone. And over half of those clients either needed a follow-up to their assigned representative, meaning I had to send an email, which means I had to look up their email address and the account and all the things, type out the email, and then send it. And not only that, leave it. That's a good boy. A lot of these clients had something to change on their payroll, whether it was adding a new employee or terminating someone or changing their pay schedule or their pay amounts or something. Someone had to do something on almost every one of my calls. So I probably would have had more interactions, but I was getting a lot of actual phone calls. And considering the fact that I'm still new at this, 75 interactions is not bad. Because the girl next to me, who has been on the floor for a month and a half, mind you, she had 100. I was only 25 away from her. And she was there the same amount of time. And she was on her phone a lot. Her work ethic is not the greatest. It kind of drives me crazy. But everyone is not me. So, it's fine. Everything's fine, guys. That is one of the things I'm working on, is worrying about me and not worrying about other people. Because it's not my job to worry about other people and how they do their job. It is my job to worry about me. Now, when it comes to my buddy, my best friend buddy, that's a different story. You watch my videos. You know what I do. I do what I do because you're the best friend. Best friend club. Yep. You know who I'm talking to. Well, considering this was just supposed to be a chat video, I'm pretty sure this is up and over 10 minutes already. So we're going to try and wrap it up here. So last night, by the time I got home, it was also almost 20 after 6. I had called my mom on the way home and I had asked her to start the oven for me so I could have my pizza, because I had pizza last night. It's been a while since I had pizza. It was good. Stop licking the dough. This dog, man. Crazy floofs. And on the way home, I started realizing that the headache that I had started experiencing around 5:30 was actually getting a little worse. So I was excited. Get over here. Yeah. So I was excited to get food in me. I thought the headache. Sorry, guys. I have to correct my dog because he keeps wanting to lick the dew off the grass. This is a bad dog. So, on my way home, I was thinking, it's probably just because my dinner's late. That's probably why I have a headache. It'll be all right. No, I ate my dinner, and within a matter of about 30 minutes of being home, I had a full-blown, nauseating headache. Oh, hello, dear. Yes, you see it too. There is a deer up there. It'll be fine. I'm not worried. And when I say it's been a long time since I've had a migraine that made me nauseated, oh, it was not good. It not only was I nauseated, I was dizzy. I had a hard time walking straight. It was bad. So I took my migraine meds, and everything ended up working out in that aspect. But I still had to make my lunch and give Kiki his medication. So if you've been with me, you know I've been struggling with giving Kiki his medication. So last night we tried a new tactic. I crushed up the medication and I put it in some tuna juice, soaked it up with a syringe, and we syringed the medication, which was in the tuna juice, into his mouth, and we successfully got his meds in him. The deer is right over there. You can't see him because he's facing us right now. You'll see him in a second. There he is. Right there. There he goes. Slow down, bro. There he goes. So I got him for you guys. I didn't have a chance to zoom in because I got coffee in the other hand with a poop bag. He's over in the field over here, but too far away for my zoom. But anyways, guys, that was my day yesterday. It was a day. I worked extra long. I got an hour and a half of overtime, and I had that is probably the worst migraine I have had in a very, very long time. I can't remember the last time I had a migraine that bad. It was insane. Thankfully, my migraine meds actually worked. Come on. I don't know what you're staring at. There's nothing over there. Oh, it was the flag. You have a thing with flags. I don't understand it. Come on. So, long day, migraine, but successful with the Kiki meds. I am getting those meds in him one way or another. So, and it was much easier than the other things that I've tried. So that is going to be my new method. We might not use tuna juice every time. We might use water, but we'll see. So if you guys have watched this video of my day and what happened to me and all the things, I appreciate you because I'm sure it wasn't very interesting. Might be to some of you, but you know, if you've watched, I appreciate you. Please be sure to like, subscribe, and share, and we will see you in that next video. Bye, guys.